Hi, I'm CJ Almberg with Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. We appreciate you tuning in. So we've got a real special trailer sitting behind me. This is going to be a display trailer at the upcoming 2024 National Western Stock Show and Rodeo coming up in January. So again, this will be one of our 5 Cimarrons that we have on display. We're really excited how this trailer turned out. We want to visit with you there, see how we can help you out. But this trailer here is a 2024 Cimarron Norstar 4-horse gooseneck air ride. This thing is completely loaded. So bear with us, we're going to walk you through this trailer. Before we do that, let's take a look at the drawing. That way I can show you some of the specs and how this trailer is laid out. So again, it's a 4-horse. It is 23 foot 9 inches on the floor. It's 7'4" tall, so a little bit extra height. It's 8 foot wide, so we went as wide as we could, with the exception of you can go 8.5, but in most instances, everybody likes these 8-footers. On this, it's got a front dressing room, it's got a trainer tack, it's got mangers, it's got broom closet, it's got a hay pod. So again, it's got a lot of options on it. So stick with us, we're gonna walk you through it and show you all the different things. But again, you can come see this trailer in person at the stock show in Denver. So underneath the gooseneck, very first thing we did is, again, this is a really nice trailer. So let's go ahead and option it with the electric over hydraulic jack. This is by Equalizer. We are big fans of this, so is Cimarron. That's why they put this one on. It actually has the manual override as well. So if at any time in emergency situations, we need to get this on or off a truck, we can override it if we have a bad battery or other issues. But in this instance here, again, nice trailer. Why not be able to reach up, hit a button, and up and down this trailer goes. With it, you're going to get an aluminum battery box. Batteries located in here, battery disconnect that comes standard with that package. So this trailer has a lot of lights on it, and we'll show you those. But if, for instance, you accidentally, we've heard this from time to time, is somebody pulls a bucket out of a manger and hits a light and it leaves it on and it drains the battery. Well, when I park this trailer, the last thing I do is I reach up and I turn this to the off position, and it kills all power to this trailer, so we don't have to worry about it draining this battery down. If you notice in this box, we also put the air ride controls right here. It kind of protects it a little bit more from the elements by having it in the box, and you get a clear shot at it from right here. It's all self-contained. We'll talk about more about the benefits of that in a little bit, but it's real simple to use. It's on, off, it's lower, raised. Whenever you're pulling this trailer, put it on, raise it up and go. When you come home, turn it off, roll it in the lower position. And we've gone in, instead of having the cable for the drain, we actually took this for more of the commercial aspect, more semi-type trailers, but that is an auto valve drain right there. So it'll just sense things and just spit that stuff out. So we're not having to worry about condensation, getting in those lines, freezing, cracking. So really cool setup here that we've done. But again, a lot going on underneath the gooseneck, but that's a good first part of this trailer. So we opted to do the wraparound style nose. That's what we're looking at here. This way, there's 2 different versions of these noses that Cimarron uses. One's a VP, one's a wraparound. This is a wraparound. In my opinion, a little sleeker look to this trailer. Again, the way this trailer is loaded up, let's put a nice finish on it. White sheeting on it, that is standard. You can go to some different options. You can go to silver metallic, charcoal metallic, black. Those are the most popular. You can do custom colors. So we can do that. Graphics, we actually have a sister company that can do some graphics, so we can actually design your graphics for you. You can pick colors. We don't have to try to guess for inventory piece of putting red on this or blue and then you showing up with a different colored truck. That way you can set it up how you want it. Now let's take a look at this. This is a really cool setup like I talked about. Here's that trainer tack. This is awesome because this trailer is absolutely loaded up with a ton of options, and this trainer tack really sets it apart. So if you notice the big dual doors, they're mirrored, so they're the exact same. So we have bridle hooks, we have brush trays down low, carpet on all the doors and all the walls, so it protects all of your tack that we're gonna have in this front tack room. 2 4-tier saddle posts in there with 4 saddle pads on each of them. The nice thing about this is these are adjustable as well. So if I wanted to change the spacing, maybe even add a fifth one, maybe I want to pull one from over here and put it over there, you've got the capability to do that. And then in the middle, you've got 10 blanket poles. Same thing, they're adjustable as well. Maybe you want to actually put a pad with a saddle rack. You can really change the way it configures as far as that's concerned. Up towards the front, we did 2 18-inch shelves for you. You can never have enough storage, and we've got the capability to put a lot of storage in this trailer for you. So a couple 18-inch deep shelves. It's got a 2-inch lip, so it holds those items in there. It's got rubber in there so things can't shift. And then below that, we did another set of bridle hooks. So these are aluminum powder coated, so these are really stout. These are designed by Cimarron. So I really like the spacing, but mainly I like the depth off the wall and then the height of that hook. If you look at some older bridle hooks, they're really small, they're really cramped together. You always peek in people's tack rooms, and lead ropes and reins are just falling off. But on these, you got a lot more depth to it. So we tried to put a lot of those in here. And then you have some floor space. So maybe you have a collapsible wheelbarrow, you got some muck buckets, those type of items you can toss in there. We put 2 roof vents up top so you can get a little bit more ventilation if you need to, kind of air things out. We don't have windows on these doors, so that way you can, again, get a little ventilation in here if you're driving and want to air some of the tack room out itself. On the back wall, you've got a couple more rows of bridle hooks, and then a 25-gallon corner water tank there. It's fill from the top, empty from the bottom. You know, you just take that hose, put a ball valve on the outside here, and you fill buckets up right here at the trailer. You don't have to go find that hydrant that's, you know, 1/8 of a mile, 1/4 mile away, something like that at some events, long distances. You can do everything right here from the trailer. So the back door, your left door will shut first, and then your right door. This way we get a good seal. They overlap. That's a larger opening. And then you've got a combo lock on there as well. So I can lock this with a key, but I can go up here and I can actually utilize this. I can lock it. I don't have to necessarily have the keys. Send somebody to the trailer with the combo code, open it up, and there you go. You've got the 2 fold-up steps as well. So as you saw, as we were getting in and out of that trailer, it makes a big difference on where we're at from ground level to the bottom rail of those doors, that frame itself. So now we can fold those down, so that transition going in and out is a lot easier. Up on the top rail, you've got a bunch of button lights. We upgraded to a few more on this one. And then as you can see, you have 2 18-inch awning lights, one above the tack door, one back here by horses. That way you've got a lot of coverage. Again, we added a few more lights to this, the marker lights, just to really dress this trailer up. Again, it is a nice trailer, so let's have a lot of light. All right, you can see drop windows on tail side. So instead of bus windows, we opted for the drop windows. You actually do have bus windows within the doors themselves, but you can create a lot of airflow throughout this trailer by having those drop windows. So 2 7,000-pound Dexter rubber torsion axles. They're air flex axles, so air ride suspension. You actually have a shock kit on this, so if something does happen to our compressor, a line, a bag, it sets down just on these rubber torsion axles, and it travels just like all the other trailers on the road. Old air ride systems, you couldn't move the trailer, you were stuck. This you can. This trailer is aired up, so as you can see, the gap between the wheel well and the well, it raises this trailer about 2.5 to 3 inches. So it picks the trailer up, you get a little bit more clearance. Whenever you're working off of the trailer, grabbing tack, unloading, loading horses, go ahead and air it down. Everything's closer to the ground. Again, we drop it 2.5 to 3 inches, makes the rear ramp that we'll show you here in a minute not quite as steep. You mess with those angles by when you lowering it. But this air ride makes a big difference. So talk to customers that pull these new air ride trailers. The most common response you'll get is, I will never own another trailer without air ride. They're big believers in it. What it does for the ride for their horses is incredible. We hear about just the way the trailers tow, but more importantly, we spend a lot of money, a lot of time on these horses. Let's give them the best advantages to go and compete at the highest level and put them on air ride. Some customers will say that, you know, they always needed that extra day of recovery time when they go on long trips and go into events. Well, that's more time away from home. That's more cost on the road. Now you can peel that off. I mean, these horses step off the trailer fresh by running on that air ride. We can't say enough good things about it. We're big believers in it. We'll actually have a display at Stock Show. You can see it, a cutout. Obviously, we have the finished product here, but that way you can see how that's set up. Electric brakes on this, 16-inch aluminum wheels. We upgraded to G-rated tires. So a little heavier duty tire just based on the trailer. And one of the other reasons why is if we look up, we've got a hay pod on this one. Instead of doing a hay rack, we opted to do a pod on this. Again, it's just a loaded up trailer. Let's show off some cool options on this, especially since it's going on display. So that's a 6-foot hay pod. So you'll hold approximately 8 to 10 bales up there. And then there's actually a deck on the back. So as you can see, it extends back. We got the hay right above those axles and above those heavier duty tires that we were looking at there. As you can get to the back, there's a deck there, so you can get up there. You can actually store a few more items. There's a gate, little safety gate we put up there. And then I'll show you the ladder when we're done at the stall area and I get these rear doors shut up. So we'll come back to that. But now at the back of this trailer, there's that rear ramp I was telling you about. So it's a ramp over our rear doors, full width. So again, when it's aired up, this ramp's a little bit steeper. When we air it down, it levels out a little bit better, so a little easier for your horses. 50-50 rear doors instead of that large single door that wind can catch a little bit easier. We did duals. We did 2 8-inch awning lights up top. So again, more light coverage for you. You got a butt strap that goes across the opening. Padded dividers. And you'll also notice that these are airflow dividers. So we got you the airflows. We extended the stud divider at stall 1 clear back. So you have all this as bars. So again, airflow, especially when we have these rear drop windows, and we'll show you the drops on the head wall. You can create a lot of airflow, keeping horses nice and comfortable. As you can see, I just let these dividers go, and they are wanting to pull towards driver's side. That's because of these big springs that Cimarron uses. Safer for you, safer for the horses. I'm not having to hold the divider open, loading or unloading a horse. But we love the stud divider aspect. If you have somebody you need to separate, or you need some additional storage, it's nice. That's why we did the extended bars up there. But what a cool setup as far as that goes. Up here at the front, we'll show you the mangers and manger doors when we get outside, but up here at the front in this first stall, we did the escape door. So we got you a corner feeder. So it just snaps on D-rings, so that can come out very easily. Kick mats, we even did a pad on the partition wall for you. So kick mats go all the way around. With it being 8 foot wide, you are gonna have some wheel well in here. So in this instance here, if you notice, it's all rubber, just like the walls, but they taper up, they taper the corners. We don't have any 90-degree angles. Cimarron doesn't like that, neither do we. It's safer for you and safer for the horses if we eliminate that. Flush mount to the wall, paddle latches. So again, really safe for you and the horses, loading and unloading. It's a heavy UHMW plastic paddle latch, so we don't get all that rattle, metal to metal contact when we shut these dividers. So a lot quieter there. Okay, more airflow. We did 4 fans in here, so they're on a switch at the back there, but we can turn some of these fans on. These are fantastic, not just when you're traveling, but maybe you get to an event and you have to wait in line to unload and traffic. You can turn those guys on and create some airflow. Airflow always makes everybody feel a little bit better. 4 big OptiBright lights in there. Those are those big clear lenses, put out a lot of lighting. Did 1 for each stall. Again, you can see everything in this stall area based on those. Okay, the roof on a Cimarron. That insulated roof is standard on every single one. Doesn't matter what trailer it is. So compared to an aluminum sheeted roof that you see on most competitors, this will run about 20 degrees or 20% cooler. So think about that in the summer months, how hot when we're traveling. Let's keep these animals nice and comfortable. We have air ride suspension, we have fans. We have that insulated roof that's standard on every one of them. It'll take substantial hail as well. I can walk on these roofs 150 pounds per square foot. So I can't collapse in these spots in between these roof bows. On aluminum trailers, I have to find those roof bows in order to stand, or I will pop that roof in a little bit. And then you have two-way roof vents as well. Just like in that trainer tack, we can manipulate airflow for our horses. So believe me, it doesn't matter really where you live. You live up north, you live down south in the humidity. This is the setup that everybody down south really, when we get those phone calls, this is what they want. I want drops head and tail. I want airflow dividers. I want an insulated roof. I want fans. This thing's got it all right there already. So we've talked about that. Now let's talk about the floor. A couple things going on. Very first thing is no rubber mats. We did Wurm flooring on this. So a permanent unpenetrable rubber mat. It's got a lot of grip to it, a lot of cushion. But what's nice is we don't have to worry about that urine getting down to the floor on all aluminum trailers. On below that is going to be the industry's best floor. So interlocking 12-inch extruded piece that locks together high and low. So there's that tongue and groove. But 4-inch centers. So imagine hoof size of a horse you're going to put on this trailer. They're always standing on a support beam wherever they stand on this floor. When you look at other manufacturers, their I-beams that run across the length of this trailer will spread out. That's where you get those pits. That's where urine likes to collect. That's where it'll start to corrode. Again, industry's best floor. We opted for this red, and it's called eggshell. It's a cool look to it, in my opinion. Everybody really liked it when we picked out the colors for the show. So again, we'll have this on display showing you all of these cool features when we get down to stock show. But I don't think we missed much in this stall area. Again, it is extremely well equipped. These rear doors are independent. So like I told you on that trainer tack, they had to overlap in a certain order, but that's just to get the seal we needed. To where in this instance here, these are independent, so one can go ahead of the other. You can open them left or right or left, doesn't matter. It's always a little easier if I shut this door first to open it first. That's just because of the weather seal there. Here's our ramp again, and then we got to get up to that pod. So what we have is this easy angle ladder by Cimarron. So instead of us going straight up the side with a bolt-on ladder, this one here angles out, and it's so much easier getting up and down up there to that pod. In this instance here, you can carry feed bags with you, hay bags up to the top, down if you want. You have that free hand because you're not going straight up the trailer. And then a new design that Cimarron's come up with to secure it. It's really cool. It just sets in these feet, and then it locks up here. So I can actually lock this ladder in just with the same key for all these doors that we're looking at here. So it's really smooth and easy to operate, but we've been working with them over the last probably year, just kind of redesigning that, and this is what they came up with, and it is slick. Backup lights, it's a really small feature, but we really like it. I mean, you're gonna get in unfamiliar places where you have to back in, it's dark, you can't see. It's nice to have those. Your truck's a long way away for its backup lights. Some manufacturers will put a little indicator in here. It really doesn't do much besides, hey, I'm backing up. These here will actually give you some light coverage there. Then again, your ramp over. It's got big springs on the bottom and then just pins in. As we come over here to driver's side, at the back here is going to be a broom closet. So just some additional storage. We put some hooks in there, some carpet behind it, but a great place to throw some additional items. It's nice to have that storage. That's why it kind of tapered and we ended up with those two doors, and we have that ladder on the back portion of that wall. And then a fold-up step on it as well. And then here's a good look. There's your drop windows with jail bars since we're on head side now. These are big, massive frame doors. These things are stout. We're gonna open and close these every time. So this is all framework. These guys are gonna hold up over time. They have a drip rail at the top. Might not be a big deal to some people here in Colorado, we're a fan of it because we'll have 300 days of sunshine, but we'll have snow, sun will come out, start melting it, it'll come off and then freeze at night. So that drip rail above all the doors and windows will try to keep that moisture away from these openings so you don't have this weather stripping, freezing up, not being able to open and close these doors when you want and need them. And then you've got 3 mangers with access doors. On the first manger and third manger that we're looking at, we put some hooks for you. So again, more storage, the ability to carry a lot more items. There is some LED lights, I mentioned that at the beginning of the video. These things can get bumped occasionally because you actually have to hit the manual switch on the actual light itself for them to turn on. But again, if you're looking for a nice trailer with a ton of storage, this guy's got it. There's the drop window and the escape door, but there's the escape door accessing that first stall. There's your chest bar. Again, there's that feed bag. You can unsnap it. But if you're not hauling the 4th horse and you're using that for storage, you can easily access items there. These are all welded hinges with grease zerks, so they're easier to maintain. There's a brass rod in the middle with a groove cut into it. So when I start putting grease to it and open and closing these, it's actually wanting to feed that grease throughout that entire hinge there. So we had trainer tack on the other side. Now on this side, we've got a front tack room. So a front dressing room. This way you can keep everything nice and clean. Great place to store more clothes in here. There's another shelf. This one here we did with a clothes rod, so you can hang those clothes. They're not taking up the back seat of your truck, keeping them nice and neat and organized and clean. More hooks in here as well, so you can hang items. We carpeted all the walls for you. Up in the neck area, another LED light, carpeted the deck, carpeted the drop wall. There's actually another closed rod welded up on the roof over there to the right-hand side, so you can hang a few more items if you need to. It is framed for an air conditioner. So if you wanted to add an air conditioner, by having that little piece, it saves so much time and hassle and money for you because that's already there. We can actually put a camper style vent like a manual or a 12 volt up there. They're all the same footprint. But if you're doing an air conditioner, we'll have to add a power package. But there's a lot of those items. Even though this trailer is extremely well equipped and loaded, there's always items we can do after the fact when we're looking at them. There's a boot box right there, an 18-inch, so it worked as a great step. Store some more items, use as a little bench if you need to. And then we did a combo lock on this door as well. So again, you don't necessarily have to have the keys. And then another fold-up step getting into that front dressing room there. So again, this guy here has a lot of stuff on it. We're really excited to show it to you at Stock Show this year. This trailer is available today. Unfortunately, you just can't have it till the end of Stock Show. Towards the end of January, it'll be available and you can come pick it up. So I'm gonna give you the stock number on it for reference. Again, it's a 2024 Cimarron Norstar 4-horse air ride with pod, trainer tack, mangers, 8 wide. I could go on and on again, but we just went over it all. Stock number is 5N231059. So give us a call. Anybody on the sales team can help you out. We do take trade-ins. So if you're looking to upgrade, downsize, we can help you out there. Financing is available and delivery is an option. So that number is 303-684-3400. We appreciate you tuning in. Have a good day.